6G Farms. My name's Luke, and let's get this new hay series kicked off. So, we are in the great state of North Dakota, my home state, so I'm really excited to get this going. Yeah, we've got a little bit of a trailer load loaded up here. So let's start heading over to the property that's picked out so we can start getting this build going. So the build that the build that this farm is going to be based off of is my farm in real life. So kind of with doing that is, this series is going to be kind of IRL. So basically all the equipment we're going to be using is what is currently owned and on the property, except for a few things, which we'll get into that. But yeah, I pulled the trigger and got the map because I really wanted to do the hay series on a map based off of the great state of North Dakota. So, you gotta slow down for these train tracks. Those are some rough train tracks. So, property's a little bit outside of town, which isn't too bad. Except for, I don't know what's going on with this turbo, but and over here, we got two of our friends that live over there. We got Jace and Aaron. And we'll get this, we'll be seeing them in the videos, as they will be helping out. So basically on the right here is the start of the property. And the county has been out here doing a little bit of work. So here's our approach. We're just going to pull over to the ditch here. Okay, let's shut this off. I'll have to borrow a few things from the county, but you guys will be seeing that later here in the video. This is going to be the main approach into the yard. So, I'm going to jump up and get to building. You guys just sit back and relax. Alright, let's do a little tour here. Well, I guess yeah, we could do an equipment tour too. So, this is the closest I can get to a 2018 dually. We got the good old Honda 4Trax. I guess the best I could find for a Honda side-by-side, so. Come out of the garage here. So over here we got our main workshop. Now obviously, got our little 20-foot cart trailer. Got the well house. Yeah. Got a 98 Dodge 20. There's gonna pretend that that's a 2500. Our bale spear. We got some parts laying around and whatnot. Got our fuel tank set up there. So that, no. We're just going to use that as kind of the old decrepit outbuilding. The one that is there has been kind of falling in on itself, so we're just going to leave that. Come over here. So just another outbuilding. Just just store some small things in there. So, yeah. So even though, yeah. Oh, uh-oh. I left the 1070 running. Oopsie. Or 1170, sorry. Okay. Yeah, well, I guess in real life there's a door on this side. They use this as a barn, but we're using this as a storage shed. So, yep, we got the 1170 in here. I know it's newer, but yeah, it's only about the only John Deere 22-foot head I found. Could not find an old International, so we're gonna be using an old Chevy for our grain truck. Yeah, I know this is an 8820, but so I had a 6620. I got ahead of myself, and that's down the road, but that's the nice thing about Farm Sim. We can just kind of play and dream at the same time. So, we got the combine on the farm. And then, yeah, even though this is not a case, this is as close as that is to the RBX 562. Actually, yeah, I'll just kind of drive behind the barn here. So we don't run cattle on here anymore. And yeah, the corral area does need a good cleanup if we were ever to do cattle, but we just don't have time for it. Got a little windbreak in the corner. Kind of like the other barn, the big barn here. Yeah, it's just storage now. We got the old trusty 7020. Yeah, we kind of had in the farm series, we kind of had to let it go. I don't want to be duplicating equipment, so don't worry, there's a new tractor for the farm series. But yeah, we got the good old 7020 here. And then, yeah, I know this is a disc bind, but could not make an 18-foot head work on this, so closest we're going to get to in real life. And then same thing with the truck and trailer. Yeah, it's not a 79 Freightliner, but it is an old K-Dub, so yeah, still have the ivory steering wheel, so that's close. And then we do have a 3-point sprayer, but it's a little bit bigger on pivot tires, so we're going to use that. Closest I could make work for a 12-foot drill. Not the same as the case press drill. And then same thing with this. Yeah, closest I could find to a 14-foot head. It would be nice to find a Heston 1014, but we'll make do. So kinda, I guess nowadays the 1014 just kinda is the spare if you ever have issues with the swather. And if he's not getting cut, we're not making money. So it's always good to have a spare. And then, yeah, I guess before there was really cows ran on it, the gentleman before, he used to train barrel racers and calf ropers and all that stuff in the big barn setup. So yeah, in the back it's got stables in it and everything. But the way it's set up now, it works good for, well, yeah. Well, it's good enough for farm sim. We got extra storage, so kind of come out here. And then I don't know. I was kind of sad that I couldn't place more trees, but we got shrubs, so it's not the state tree. Don't have any more telephone poles, but we got some trees. And yeah. So we got one hay field. Yep. We have our other hay field here. Another hay field. Just follow the fence line here. Yeah, we do cut this little area here. Well, definitely got a lot of hay to get cut. Come up to the section line. And then, oh yeah. So this field got added. So this map is kind of based more in eastern North Dakota, which I kind of like because it is flat. But yeah, instead of having some hills through here, we just made another field. Gotta get a little creative. Oh, I won't take the section line all the way. Cut through the other hay field. Down here, we got our set of one big field. We got broke it up to two bigger fields. Just pull up. Nope. We got to do this stuff now. Yep. So we do have our two fields down here. But yeah, overall we do have a lot more hay ground to work. And actually over here is not hay ground, this is a pasture. And that will be getting rented out come next summer. Yeah, we do have a lot of hay to cut. But that's the name of the game that we were trying to achieve. There's our inches. Now we got to go over there and check on the well. Make sure that gets shut off for winter. Come back over to the little road, hit the section line. Yeah, we have one more hayfield here. Yeah, not too sure. I might have to get the scraper out. I might have to turn this into a road coming back and forth. Yeah, we'll take our. And we won't go on the main road normal. We'll just come right back over to the yard. Yeah, so that's the tour. And then yeah, I got a pretty, just basic house set up here. Yeah, we got a little area. We can do some grilling, hang out in the afternoon. Yeah, we have our dog Daisy. Yeah, that's where we're kind of. Oh, man, Daisy's out in the yard like normal. But yeah, that's where we're sitting at. Still got a lot of work to do. But in 3 years' time, we've done pretty good so far. So, but yeah, we got a budget of $15,000 to work with. And yeah, I'm really curious to see what I can do on Farm Sim. And maybe convert that over into real life. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm ready for this one now. I've been really excited ever since I got this map. This is a great map. But I wanted to thank everyone for tuning in again. Thank you to all the modders out there. And hey, we'll catch you next time.